There we go. Okay. All right. So our official name is Montalvo Art Center, and we are fully supported by donors. So if you're interested in that, I can share more, and Tina can share more about becoming a donor to Montalvo. There's various levels of membership benefits, but we also are supported by corporations too, that that a variety of corporations too in Silicon Valley. And our mission is to make art accessible for everyone. In fact, our big theme that we've really been focusing on is belonging, is making sure everyone feels like they belong, no matter your age, your ethnicity, whatnot. So we are actually part of the county park system. We're located on a 175-acre historic estate. And Montalvo was built in 1912, and it was the country home of Senator James Duval Phelan. And he was a patron of the arts, and I kind of like to liken him to Howard Hughes, and how Howard Hughes liked to entertain the artists. Senator Phelan loved entertaining artists. So he brought artists from all over the country really to come stay at his home. That's his pool. And anyway, but when he died, he gave Montalvo to the state of California to be used to continue his mission of making artists feel as if they were home. So, but today we're a vibrant multidisciplinary art center. That's Kelly Seacat. She's the director of our Lucas Artist Residency. And we serve about, actually, this number is a little bit low. I would say we're close to 300,000 patrons a year in a variety of programming, from our education department, from our artist residency, from our festivals and events, and into our performing arts, our concerts as well. A little bit of everything. We've got something for everyone. We have there's a lot of different pictures here. I'm going to talk about each of our different programming areas, but we just started, after COVID, we just started bringing our students back onto our campus to see live theater. And we actually pay for bus subsidies and bring about 600 students to every performance. We offer about 4 performances during the spring. So we're serving about 2,400 kids that really wouldn't have the chance to see live performance. Either they don't have theater as part of their school program, or they don't have access to it. We are a beautiful, Tina and I were just talking, we have hikers the minute our gates open. We have hikers, walkers, picnickers come and just enjoy the grounds. I love it in the spring. This is a picture on the left, is a picture of our Love Temple. It's where a lot of our weddings take place. Senator Phelan actually put gates around this part of the property, and it's called the Italianate Garden, and it's modeled after a formal Italian garden in Italy, obviously. And then we have wonderful wisteria that bloom every April and May as well. That picture I showed you earlier that talked about when Senator Phelan gave the property to the state, that was his pool. Well, we've actually, it's now a garden for us, and again, another place where a lot of weddings take place. And then back behind that is a 1,200 person amphitheater. We used to host concerts as early as, well, they ended around 2019. We had a partnership with Live Nation that we don't have that relationship any longer. But we focused on our indoor concerts, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So we wanted to share with you some of the many programs, and I know that Tina and I, when we were talking, because she's volunteered at Montalvo before with her son, and now will with her daughter. So I can talk with you about different volunteer opportunities, but I also wanted to share some of the things that you can just come and be a guest too. So if anybody has questions at the end about volunteering, we can talk about that as well. So our arts education, I alluded to that in the beginning, but we have summer camps each year. We have 7 weeks of summer camps where we welcome students from age 6 to 14 in everything from theater camp, drawing, painting, sculpture. We have our Creekside Studios. We have 9 potters wheels that students can come and learn how to use over the summer. But we also have student volunteers come and act as mentors. And these are some pictures of some of our student volunteers during the summer. The Performing Arts Series for students, that's the live theater that we offer to Title I schools. And as I mentioned, we serve about 600 students a show over 4 shows, so 2,400 students, everything from taiko drumming to folklorico to live plays as well. And we have classes, lots and lots of classes. And we're even over COVID, we were doing some classes online, everything from painting, as you see here, to photography. We had a whirling class. We had a yoga, like a restorative yoga class, and things like floral design, botanical designs. We had a great succulent artist that came and taught people how to make these beautiful succulent gardens. And my favorite thing, cooking and wine tasting. So we do have a culinary chef as part of our artist residency, and he will occasionally put on cooking classes and wine tasting classes as well. Our performing arts, I mentioned we had the outdoor theater with Live Nation, but we also have our Carriage House Theater. It was actually Senator Phelan's garage that has been transformed into the most beautiful beautiful theater. And I'm going to show you a little video on that. So whoops, let me go back. And here. Shoot, how do I get some of that? Sorry, folks. There we go. Okay. Bear with me.
No problem. What a lovely wedding dress.
I'm going to stop sharing for a minute and then I'm going to share again. I think I forgot to do something. Okay. All right. You see that okay?
Yes.
Welcome to Montalvo Arts Center.
And welcome to the Carriage House Theater, where right on this stage you can see an amazing array of performances from September through May. When you see a show in the Carriage House, you're truly getting up close and personal with the artists. These intimate concerts almost feel as if the show is taking place in your own living room.
That's why we say there's not a bad seat in the house, and every year Tim curates an impressive selection of world-class artists, musical acts from jazz to Hawaiian, classic rock to classical Indian music, and everything in between. Plus, unforgettable stand-up comedy, one-person theater shows, and more.
Audiences love coming to Montalvo because it's a beautiful location that's so separate from the hustle and bustle of Silicon Valley. Yet it's only a short drive from the busy South Bay cities.
You can grab a drink, enjoy the gorgeous grounds, and mingle with other guests before the show. You might even be able to meet the artists themselves afterwards.
It really is a community experience, something you just cannot get at most concert venues.
We're thrilled now to present the 2023-24 Carriage House Performing Arts Series.
Okay, I'll go back to my fabulous presentation. Sorry, folks. Having technical challenges here. There we go. Okay. Great. All right. There we go. We also, I will share that video with you as well, Tina, so you can share the rest of the
Yep.
the lineup with your folks.
Great.
We host lots and lots of weddings each year. We're in the midst of wedding season. We have weddings from Fridays all the way through Sundays. People, it doesn't matter what day you get married anymore. We have midweek weddings. I mentioned to you about our carriage house concerts. Hope you will take the chance to come see some of the shows, everything from rock to Hawaiian to country to stand-up comedy. In fact, next week we have George Kokumoku. He's coming. He's a very beloved Hawaiian performer. We've had him for years, and he always sells out. All right. Kind of the backbone of Montalvo is our Sally and Don Lucas artist residency, and we are actually going to be celebrating our 25th year of our artist residency. It's actually the third oldest in the world, country, sorry, not the world, the country. So when Senator Phelan first built the villa, the house that he originally had built, he turned that into a small residency, and so that's where it started. And he would invite artists to come and collaborate with other artists and practice their craft in such a beautiful setting. So like I mentioned, we're the third oldest in the country, and we welcome artists from all over the world. Each year we host about 100 artists, and they live on property. We do have 10 specially designed bungalows on the backside of our property, and each studio is really designed for a different medium of artists. We have a writers and composers studio. We have a grand piano in a studio. We have a dance floor and many others as well. So artists are invited to come. They are selected by jury selection. We did do a call for California artists this year, which we haven't done in quite some time. And we had, I think, 3,000 applicants for 60 spaces. So we're excited to welcome those folks starting this next year. Some of the other things we do, it seems like we are always busy. We just finished our summer luncheons, which is the lunches are put on by our service group. The service group, if anybody's interested in that, I would love to share that with you as well. They're a fabulous organization that when Senator Phelan turned the villa over to the state of California, California, after some time, sort of ran out of funding, and the villa really went into disrepair, and there was talk of the property being sold to a developer and condos put up. So several of the local residents got together and said, we can't let this happen. And so they started the Montalvo Service Group, and they raised money to really bolster up the grounds and repair some of the damage that had happened over the years to the villa. So they're still in existence today, and they still really, their charter is to raise money to support the buildings and grounds. And they've helped Montalvo over my 10 years. I've seen them put in new rooms. They've remodeled rooms for us. They've added air conditioning systems and lots of sprinkler repair. We have one gardener that really manages the property, and the service group really supports her as well with just keeping the grounds looking beautiful for our guests. So those are in July and August. Thank you. We also have our Sunset Cinemas, which is you can bring your family and watch a movie in the outdoors. We will have those back next summer. And we also have plays. We also have a Mother's Day lunch that we put on in May. That's just a really neat tradition. You can bring your mom or your sister anyone you'd like to celebrate, that will be that Mother's Day weekend. And then this upper picture, we had a group just this last year called Bandaloop, and they did a fabulous performance from the trees. So a lot of fun things just always happening here. We also had Starry Night, and that was an astronomy-based festival, so community festival. It was free, and visitors could come. You could reserve a campsite. The campsite you had to pay for, but the festival was free, and people camped out on the front lawn and woke up to a nice breakfast. NASA came and brought their telescopes, which was amazing. And it's usually timed with the Perseid meteor shower. This November, we will bring back, actually our service group will bring back Yuletide. It is a combination of teas, family teas, and holiday shopping. So that is the weekend before Thanksgiving. It's free to come, and we have, I think they have about 20 vendors selling everything from nuts to beautiful Christmas tree ornaments. And then our service group also has a little sewing clutch, I guess you'd call it, and they create beautiful quilts and other little trinkets for sale as well. And I threw this picture in too, because I'm not sure if any of you came, but in 2018, we had Bruce Monroe. He is a European artist. His medium is light. In fact, he's in Paso Robles now it's called the Field of Light in Paso Robles. And he actually did a huge, large scale installation based on the Chronicles of Narnia. And so we had that in 2018. It was absolutely beautiful. We also, every year, one of our big fundraisers is called the Food and Wine Classic. Actually, it's now called the Art of Food and Wine. And I was just sharing with Tina about this. We just had it a couple weeks ago. So it's always the first weekend after Labor Day. 30 restaurants, several of them Michelin star, and 30 wineries. And it's a ticketed event that supports our education department. And just delicious food, delicious wine. We have an auction, we have a live auction, and just a spectacular time. And volunteering. We really do rely on our volunteer team, because our staff, for as many of the things that we do, we really couldn't do it without volunteers. So we are part of the Presidential Volunteer Service Award. We are a recognized agency. So every year we celebrate our service award winners with a special reception. And this is just a picture of that. And that's it. I'm going to stop sharing.
Wow.
A lot.
Amazing. There's a question. Is there
So
any senior discount rate for the shows?
You know what? That we don't have senior discounts, but we do have, if you're a member, membership at certain levels you do get a discount, and you get early access to buy tickets as well.
And also, I know that for the volunteers, sometimes you offer show tickets.
We do. We have on occasion, well, actually, for many of our shows, a lot of our volunteers love to come and volunteer, because as soon as the guests are seated, many of the times the volunteers will have a chance to just go, and we'll give you a seat, and then you can go sit and watch the show. So we've got a lot of repeat volunteer customers, because they love to see live music and live performance.
Right.
Any other questions? Awfully quiet. I feel like I've done a lot of talking.
I think they're absorbing all the information.
It's a lot. I can share with you the best way to find out about any. We like visiting for just a nice stroll. Good job, Gary. What was I going to say? If you go to our website, we're a quiet group. I love it. Well, come on, and I can't even see any faces. Is this how it works, Tina?
They're absorbing the
That's
information.
okay. Yeah, so what I was going to share too is that the best way to find out kind of what's happening is to go to it's montalvoarts.org, and you can find out about volunteering if you're interested in that. You can find out about our upcoming shows and events, our community festivals. We hold most of our public festivals from spring to summer. Every summer, our residency puts on an exhibit that's open to the public. It runs from July through October, and it's free, and it's art around the ground. So it's you can come and visit that as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Karen.
You're very welcome. Nice to sort of meet you all. And Tina, I'll share with you a little information and a couple
Great.
photos too as well
Great.
from
Thank you so much. Take care.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome.